Hello, this is RGK and I'm showing you Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, the sequel to Turok Dinosaur Hunter. Developed both of them by Iguana Entertainment and remastered by Nightdive Studios. So Turok 2 was released in 1998 on Nintendo 64. I need to behead one of those Velociraptors. Welcome. Oh yes, look at it running around like a chicken without a head. This game is really violent and gory, surprisingly so. So Nightdive Studios are also doing a reboot or remaster of System Shock 1. And yeah, I mean, they seem to be doing quite well. The quality of this remaster is quite good. And the Kaiser, one of the developers, previously did Power Slave X as well. I didn't particularly enjoy Power Slave X, but again, good job on the remastering. Alright, so here, as you can see, we are not just fighting dinosaurs, we're also fighting alien beasties or whatever it is. Yeah, actually it's aliens, I think. And here we have to defend a power core. This is the totem something. So because it's the end of the level, that's how levels end in this round, by wave attack, so you can have different sort of things. Right, so now I'm testing a weapon that sends like a energy wave. Now I'm using a missile launcher. Lots of weapons in this game. This is really one of the good points of this Turok. Like the first one was a bit less crazy with weapons, and also the first one kind of annoying respawning enemies all the time, and the feeling of the weapon wasn't too good. Well, this one, amazing feeling. Look at the bow, explosive arrows, bam. And actually you can even retrieve arrows on the bodies. Really cool. Alright, so we are talking about the master. Let's look at the options menu. So you can rebind all your keys, so it's perfectly fine with mouse and keyboard, as it should be. Then gameplay, well, you can have extended draw distance, so not the annoying fog that there was on some Nintendo 64 games. Lots of things to change. You can have improved lighting, improved shadows, or you can turn everything off if you don't want it. And you can also change the field of view. This is amazing, yay! The original game has such a poor field of view. So yeah, everything is there. You can change your skin in multiplayer. Because yes, there is multiplayer in this game, either split screen or online on Steam. So yeah, perfect remaster, running really well. So yeah, nothing bad to say about it. It's the superior version of Turok. If you're a Turok enthusiast, you should get this game. This is like the best of the two Turok games, and also that there is on PC, and also this one is, the remaster is good. So yeah, nothing wrong with it. If you're not a Turok fan and you just like just a first-person shooter enthusiast and you're wondering if you should get this game, well then hear me out. Alright, so this is actually the first time I played Turok 2, because I used to have tried the Turok 1 on Nintendo 64 back then, and the beginning was really cool, but after that I wasn't really much into it. Actually, I was already a PC player, so I had the Nintendo 64 but didn't particularly enjoy the first-person shooters on it. Yes, even GoldenEye, because back then I had Doom and Quake and Duke Nukem 3D and so on. So when I could play with mouse and keyboard, I found it quite hard to then settle for playing with a stick. And there was only one stick at the time also. You couldn't strafe as easily as now. So well, anyway, this was my first time with Turok 2. And yeah, the beginning I found it quite excellent, to be honest, with really good and punchy weapons like beheading enemies and so on. Really cool. And the first level started really well, with some areas for close encounters, close combat and shotguns, with some areas for sniping and so on. So it was really nice, well balanced, and secrets here and there. and then it starts to drag on and on and on. And the second level, same, started quite well, riding a triceratops, and then went to the city, and it started to drag on and on and on and on. And okay, so the thing is, you need to accomplish a few objectives to finish a level. Like you need to kill 3 something, to destroy 3 power thingies, and to rescue 3 children, 3 soldiers or something. And when you reach the end and you want to exit the level and you have missed something, the game tells you, oh well, no, you cannot exit. And then it makes you restart. I mean, puts you back at the beginning of the level and doesn't let you go. Actually, this has been mitigated because in this remastered version, you can actually teleport from one level to the other, which you couldn't do in the original game. So it's a bit better. But here in this one, like, you have to go back and find something, and look at this. Like, here I'm going around, but everything is looking the same, and these are very, very big levels, and you get out of one teleporter and you don't exactly know where you are exactly. I mean, all the tunnels are looking the same, and the same for all the other levels. They have some areas that are very similar. You don't know if you're going forward or backward, and then you have to find your way. In Howard's levels, they are huge and they take a lot of time, and everything looks the same, and you're looking for one hidden thing or one hidden door or one hidden little crevice or something that you didn't see the first time. And it's really, really frustrating that you're just like running around like a chicken without a head, like the Velociraptor at the beginning, because you miss something and you have to find it in all these samey looking corridors with yeah. So I really don't like this fact that you have to finish a level by finding kind of all the secrets, because in a way it's hidden as well as secrets. And even worse, like sometimes you have to find some I mean, you have in each level a boss key, and you have to backtrack because you cannot access it yet. You need a power from a later level to find the boss key. So even backtracking and going back again with super lengthy levels, this is so horrible. But what's cool in this game, so let me get rid of this pile. No, anyway, so I'll show you the cerebral bore, one of the landmark weapons of this game. It's homing into their skulls, which it perforates, and then it licks their brain out and explodes. Amazing, super sadistic. Look at this guy, he's just got invisible, but too late. Wow, beautiful, the little bits of brain and blood. Sadistic weapons in this game is really, really cool weapon, which is like, to me, the great thing about this game is like well, anyway, let's go to some places. Let's see one of the most alien thingies, because yes, there is a huge variety. There are only 6 levels, and I guess that's why they are so much extended, but each level is very different from the next. You have all kinds of enemies that come up close, and enemies that shoot from a distance, enemies that do both according to the situation, some that circle around you, some that jump at you, some that will hide behind a crate, take cover, and lots of variety in the enemies, lots of variety in the weapons. Like, they're so cool, all these grenade launchers, rocket launchers, different types of shotguns, but actually maybe a bit too much, because in the end you take ages to scroll through them to find the one you want. Yeah, that's a good thing about this game also, that the game really wanted you to switch weapon according to the situation by not giving you too much ammo. But then in the end, like, too many redundant weapons. Once you find the shredder, like bouncing shotgun, let's say, bouncing bullets, what's the point of using the first one? Or these sort of things, you know, like, there are some weapons that are making the other one outdated, so it's kind of a design decision that was very common in the 90s, but a few games like Quake were more elegant with this, like not having every weapon had its use, like not so much of a weapon that was just upgraded to another. Well, no, actually it was still the case, but yeah. Anyway, so the weapons and the enemies are really cool, but then once you're in a level and you keep seeing the same corridors over and over and the same enemies over and over for way too long, then it starts to become quite annoying. I really don't like this type of level design. So you had at that time like the kind of small mazes of Quake and Doom, but if you didn't find something, oh yeah, localized damage, headshots are really cool in this game, so I'll kill this one and then move to someplace else. Yeah, so in Quake and Doom it's like very small self-contained levels, and if you're stuck, the solution is never very far because they are small and you don't have too much ground to cover. And then you had like this one, which is weird because it has some very long distances. It's not small, but it's also very maze-like with things that you can get stuck because you didn't find them and so on. And then in 1988, the same year as Turok 2, you had Half-Life, a very linear game, but you were not getting lost hunting for keys, hunting, like having to go back through all the levels to find something you missed. No, you just could keep moving forward. It was much more pleasant because anyone could just get through the game and see it to the end just by moving forward. Well, this one has like unnecessary block to your pleasure and your progression. And when I played Turok, I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad that no games are more linear, because I don't want to see this sort of mess again. And yeah, I mean, it's sad to say because I don't really like the corridor shooters like Call of Duty, but here in Turok it's just like too convoluted, too complicated, and needlessly so. And I feel like if you need, okay, I'm showing you some deathmatch. And if your players need to find a guide to progress in your game, like especially first-person shooter, this is really a problem with your design, because all the good ones, they try to direct your attention to where to go. They try to funnel the player in the right direction to make things obvious, so you feel like you're smart, but actually the developer has pushed you to go here and there. While here in Turok it's just like annoying, so frustrating and tedious and horrors. And yeah, whenever you have to look in a guide, I think that's because there is bad design decisions in the game. It's not always true, but mostly. Like even like, let's say, Binding of Isaac, the fact that even if you know what something is because you picked it up the first time but you forgot and you need to go on a guide, well, no, the game should tell you directly what something is. Because anyway, you're looking in the guide, so it should be still in the game rather than outside of it. So yeah, sorry for the rant about the level design, but in the end, history made Half-Life the winner, and there is a reason for that, because this sort of level design here is quite outdated. So if you're old school first-person shooter enthusiast, yes, no, well, no, then don't get Turok. Yes, then do you like exploration? Yes, no, well, yes, then you should get Turok. That's kind of about it. This is really a lot about exploration, and a lot of your enjoyment of this game will depend on this, because if you like exploration, then this is a really good grand adventure for you, with lots of things to find, lots of secrets, lots of areas, and a very interesting atmosphere with both dinosaurs and aliens and so on. So quite mysterious and a bit epic in a way, but it's not too much scenario driven. I mean, the story is nonsensical, but it doesn't really matter. Usually the atmosphere is more important, and you have some jungle, some alien spaceships and so on, which is quite cool. So yeah, I don't exactly recommend this game if you're more of a modern FPS enthusiast, or if you don't like this old kind of gameplay. But if you like Turok, the remaster is great. There is nothing at fault with that, or I've seen complaints about some minor details, but overall really good remaster, and makes the game really fit for modern computers and modern sensibilities with gameplays and so on. So yeah, good remaster. The game to me starts well, and I guess lots of the nostalgia comes from the beginning of games usually, and that's it. So I hope you enjoy this video. Bye bye.